I know most of you have seen the news going round that lawyer Martin Kpebu has been detained by the OSP, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, but no one knows his whereabouts. Obieni baby OSP, Eddie Martin Kpebu aka afa. In Gofonso say bisasa moye sure say lawyer Martin Kpebu oko honum. There is evidence. There is a video of lawyer Martin Kpebu arriving at the headquarters. Into Ninsamidie, Bebre, ama NPP for also so akwaya omonia manema bi wanche. Ni na memo videos abawashe. This is FMS Trends, and here we give you the latest updates on issues. My name is Maureen Michelle, and you can call me the Information Minister. Now, let's continue, but before we continue, Justine, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that anytime we post an update on this channel, you'll be the first person to see the notification. You'll be the first person to watch the video. So the video I'm about to play is a video of lawyer Martin Kpebu arriving at the headquarters of the OSP to meet an investigative team to discuss allegations via Omeki. Yes, Okomeki allegations say OSP and a boa Ken Oforiata mani free Ghana hanum say, because if Ken and other state institutions were not cooperating, the best thing he could have done was to come public and tell Ghanaians how everything is going, so that anybody who can help will help him out. But he kept quiet yet. He kept quiet, didn't say anything to Ghanaians, and watched Ken Oforiata leave the country. Into lawyer Martin Kpebu allegations will make and almost more tones are friend. Into this is a video of lawyer Martin Kpebu arriving at the headquarters of the OSP.
Martin Kpebu is here. He's going to meet an investigative team as part of his third appearance before the OSP. So what are your expectations ahead of this encounter?
That they would get it right this time. Remember, I've been here twice and they couldn't constitute an independent committee. They kept making me appear before subordinates to the special prosecutor. They kept making me appear before subordinates. Subordinates can't investigate their boss. It's incompetence. You see, that's the very thing they did, and then Oforiata left Ghana. And that's what they've done on 2 occasions. So today, if I get in there and the board or whoever, the committee is not properly constituted, I'm not coming back.
But are you willing to cooperate?
Oh, absolutely. That's not in doubt. It's not. We haven't even reached that threshold at all. Look, let's get it clear. What Mr. Kisi Ejabin has been doing so far, the 2 appearances, is that I should give my information to his subordinates. You, Fatao, can you investigate your boss? Can you investigate your boss? Can you investigate Mr. Kwesichum? Why is that going to happen? And you think you can keep your job? It's ridiculous. So now I understand how he just botched this whole Oforiata matter, that he can't even get basic things right. Basic things. You're saying that give information to your subordinate. How is the subordinate going to investigate the boss? Where does that happen?
So after lawyer Martin Kpebu arrived at the OSP's headquarters, after the demo so omo investigative team nene di nkomoni adiade. Shortly, we received news that lawyer Martin Kpebu has been detained by the OSP, as you can see on your screen. News in the boho kakakano. Yes, he has been detained by the OSP, and as of now, his lawyers don't know his whereabouts. They don't know where the OSP has taken him or the OSP has detained him. In Tinko Air Kasase, say OSP or the lawyer Diagro, or release lawyer na, as some lawyer beba catch on one ebegenensa. Enti yanko parliament onti send a mayor enti ni yako parliament na yako pie no minority ne majority for enya clash kesia pa. Yes, heated argument. Na arguments ni na very simple. About petitions and confatro akuma President John Dramani Mahama that only OSP emfree honum, the OSP has to be sacked. And aside or no, ya say almost receive petition for who petition for Yatro, Ediama President John Dramani Mahama. Say, EC chair, Jean Mensa, Yen free or no so Yampamono. And it's funny how that petition was being written by a former staff of the EC. No, yeah, drama EC no. I'm why granting interviews bebre. I bet you reasons in tia or no or per se a Pamojin Mensa as the EC chair. Into almost say ye Chief Justice a free honum, ye per se ye church letters, ye be see ye OSP free honum. Next moment, ye want another petition, ye be see ye EC chair free honum. What is happening in this country? Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker. And then Mr. Speaker, the answer.
About 3 petitions as of today have been referred to the President for the removal of the special prosecutor. Mr. Speaker, this comes on the heels of the removal of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, next on the agenda is the removal of the EC. Something is happening in this country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, something is happening in this country. If we are minded to fight corruption, we should be hesitant in the way and manner that we are attacking office of accountability. Mr. Speaker, these bodies were created to be fearless, independent, and to prosecute their business without any big brother overlooking their shoulders. Mr. Speaker, it's becoming very difficult for the OSP to function. And I am very sad that even the amount that the OSP requested to be able to prosecute his business for 2026 has been reduced by almost 50%. If we are to take out the special prosecutor, and then what is left with the office? Are we going to appoint an NDC person to come and to occupy the office? What is the plan?
Honorable members.
Mr. Speaker, we are approving estimates for the office to function. The arrowhead of the office has become a target. Mr. Speaker, there has been an attempt to remove some constitutional officers already. And now we are coming to this particular office of the special prosecutor. What is his crime?
Mr. Speaker, there's no way the government is pursuing anybody out of office. There's no way. That cannot be a statement of fact on this floor. Citizens have rights to petition, and they must have done that. It does not constitute a removal. So don't make the suggestion. We are approving the estimates for next year's operations for the office of the special prosecutor, not the special prosecutor. So this attempt to malign government at the slightest opportunity must not be countenanced.
Yeah, free parliament, but this one is coming from a minister, yes. The Minister of Communications, and say Honorable Sam George, meaning say munim no. And for attacking, they really attack him these days about the fact that he came to tell Ghanaians that Dstv reduce your more prices, no attack or more Twitter and boot for boot and yasam ketwakra. So Sam George went to TV3 and he was being asked about that, how this whole multi-choice Dstv brouhaha started, how he decided to start attacking them on social media. And he said that he didn't just wake up one day and decide to attack multi-choice. More money multi-choice, no multi-choice and Dstv modia. So he said that I didn't wake up and attack multi-choice. Into one shada I'm sorry say oh and then I'm sorry no I'm not in a good mood and multi-choice na me dem asem ekoswe almost no. He said that there were several meetings that were not known to the public. Yes, there were several meetings that were not known to the public. And you know, or so many meetings where actually monthly prices so munye say, but it looks like Dstv for your madrins for moon fee Sam George. And on the mass some neba publica emum or beke can send be na den or much and say no matter or more price so no my chairman ye press conference via no more sarcosis on mano. I'm a Ghanaian say chabo Sam George papa.
When you started your public tango with the Dstv, of course, they are operated by MultiChoice right here. The conversation was that you were going to reduce prices. Now, of course, consumers have more channels on their bouquets for, is it almost relatively the same price? Did you get it mixed up, or is just that when you went into the discussions through your regulator, then you reached those agreements with the shareholders, Canal Plus?
So, you see, this is where the interesting thing is. You had the same Ghanaians, especially, and I followed a lot of the conversation, the very same people who are saying, oh, he didn't achieve what he set out to achieve, were the same people who, at the beginning of the conversation, said, oh, but why is he engaging a private company? They should be able to determine their own prices. He shouldn't be determining what the pricing is. He should actually sit with them and reach a compromise. Look, and I was always clear, I didn't just wake up and attack MultiChoice or DSTV. We had several meetings that was not known to the public. There were several conversations. It was only when...
On the subject of price?
Yes. It was only when we couldn't make any headway that I issued a public policy directive to the regulator to say that, look, if they did not comply, we will take action. That's the only time it came into the public. But before that, we had several conversations privately. For me, today, like I said earlier on, the sweetness of the pudding is in the eating of it. I keep saying that many of the people who make the most noise, and I use that word very advisably, noise, about, oh, Sam George didn't achieve anything on DSTV. They don't even have smart TVs. So they don't understand the experience. Because you see, when you use the service, you would realize whether there's been a price reduction or not. Because, you know, and that's one question I've always asked. Why do we buy bouquets? You see, when you're dealing with free-to-air like TV3, it's different from when you're doing a bouquet offering. When you do bouquet offerings, you're not just buying access, you're buying content, specific content. So if I buy a particular bouquet because I want to watch a particular kind of content, Formula One, I want to watch Champions League, Premier League, there's a specific bouquet for that, and that's what I buy. If today I am paying less for that same bouquet, if I used to pay 865 Ghana cedis, and now I'm paying, what, 590 or something? Am I paying more? Am I paying less? The question, like I keep saying, is in the, and I've seen several people.
So you're saying that it's the people's interpretation about the offerings for the price they are paying for the service.
I'm saying that.
Their interpretation.
I'm saying that if you are a real DSTV consumer,
you know that you're
so
getting
Sam
more.
George has announced that there is going to be a re-registration of our SIM cards into SIM registration now no. I think last year or last 2 years no. And this has got people complaining. People are asking questions that why? Is it that the said that what we did was in vain or what? Because we joined long queues or these offices, MTN, Telecel, Tigo, just to get our cards registered. Now, Fadia, also a catch I don't know are you being fair to us? Are you being nice? Charlie, let's be honest here. Like, a lot of people are complaining, and I side with them. Because these service providers or more offices, no call no man. When the crowd wants and then you're 1 hour. And you know, we have people who are very busy in this country. But Charlie, why? What happened to the previous registration we did? That we have to re-register our SIM cards again. In fact, the official announcement number, Sam George say, you bet register your SIM cards for and the registration will be somewhere next year, 2026.
You promised to re-register SIMs.
yes,
What happened?
the LI is ready. It's part of the work we're doing. So you see, again, I'm making sure that I'm meticulous in what I do.
Give us a timeline.
So first quarter next year, we will run it out. Okay. We are currently at PPA. We are currently at the Public Procurement Authority doing the procurement of the service provider to do the SIM registration. We've drafted the LI. The LI is going to be laid before Parliament because, again, there must be a proper legal basis for what we're doing. Okay. Already there's been testings, there's been all kinds of things done by the regulator.
Wait,
yes.
What are we doing with the re-registration?
We're not doing a re-registration, we're doing a SIM registration. Okay. You see, you re-register something that was previously registered.
But we registered at L.
No. You didn't do any registration.
question.
You didn't do any registration. the former minister just wasted everybody's time.
Oh, I went through, I'm talking my person.
I'm saying, yeah, she wasted your time.
Biometrics.
Listen, the government of Ghana says that we have one single source of truth for national identity, NIA, the National Identity Register, held by the National Identification Authority, the Ghana card that we hold. That's a single source of truth. The registrations that were purported to have been done under Eslawusu and the NPP did not cross-reference the biometrics they took from you against that database.
They didn't sync them?
Nothing was of that nature was done. She was fighting Kenatefa. Battle of clash of egos.
Okay, how is this going to work then?
So now we have sat down with the Minister for Interior and his head of agency, Yaira Koku, at NIA. We've worked out the integration between the telcos, the regulator, the NCA, and the NIA. And that's why I'm saying that, look, you're not majority of Ghanaians will not have to queue. Because what we're going to do is, we're now taking, we've tried to pick up from the telcos, all the biometrics they collected, it was sitting in databases scattered all over the places. We've picked those databases, and we're now cleaning them up and cross-referencing them with the NIA in the back end. So for about 80% of that has been done. We will be able to identify and say that, okay, your fingerprints you submitted at LWAC, where you say you went to, we've picked it from your service provider, we've cross-referenced it against what you gave to NIA, and we see that they match. So then it means that since there's a match, there's no problem with yours. We'll send you a prompt to authenticate that that number is yours, and we'll register it for you. For those that there is no match, the same way you book an appointment for passport services or visa services, you will book an appointment at your service provider and go. So you won't have a crowd of people lining up and queuing up there for 3 days and end. No, you have an appointment, you go, your details are taken, and it is done.
What's the
proper
rationale for
digitalization.
This? Why do we need to...
You need to deal with fraud. Look, we're having several instances where people are using SIM cards for all kinds of things that are illegal. And that's why we're not just doing the SIM reg, we're doing the SIM reg along with a second policy directive called the Central Equipment Identity Register. So now when you register your SIM, your phone is also going to be registered. Every phone has a unique IMEI. So the IMEI of your phone is synced to your SIM card. So when your number is flagged, today, the cost of mobile money fraud is 10 Ghana cedi. That's the cost of doing mobile money fraud. Because if your number is reported today to us and we block that SIM card, it costs 10 cedis to get a new SIM card. They just go and get a new SIM card. But if we now begin to block the SIM card and the phone that's associated with that, it increases the cost of doing that.
But we're in Ghana, people buy off-the-shelf phones. So it's not like as
if the phone's IMEI is not on, if you bring it into the country and it is not registered on our system, it will not.
You sure that's going to work?
It works everywhere.
Why do you need a special purpose vehicle for that?
What special purpose vehicle?
You said there's going to be an entity that's going to do that.
We're doing that at the regulator. All of this is going to sit with the regulator.
Okay.
The regulator has service providers who are providing the service, but it's owned by the regulator. Okay. That's the difference between us and the previous administration. The previous administration gave it to private companies to do it. No. Whatever anybody does, it's for the regulator. The NCA owns the data and holds the data.
At their behest. They would
absolutely. The NCA is contracted.
I know most of you have also heard that a year Telecel Ghana anything go yeah become a bomba say anyafo. No already it was Tigo and Airtel. And I imagine a be Airtel Tigo. So if we add Telecel every day, Airtel Tigo Telecel. Hey Ghana. So Sam George hinted on that they are going to merge Airtel Tigo and Telecel. And some Ghanaians were not happy about what he said because already some of them, their networks are not good. We are trying and we want to merge them. Into Oka say, and for complaining, they don't understand what is going on. I want to read whatever he said verbatim. So he's saying that it is reckless for the government to invest in a company that is making losses without understanding the systematic problems. So he is saying that the companies he wants to merge, some of them are already, not making enough profit. And it will be very reckless of the government to invest without knowing the systematic problems. It looks like he has an idea, he has plans, he knows what he's saying that they want to merge Airtel Tigo and Telecel.
The very people who ran Airtel to the ground, ran Millicom to the ground, are sitting in management at AT today and have run it to the ground. This new government must not put fresh money without auditing what the management of that company has done. It will be a disservice of the Mahama administration to take any further taxpayers' money and invest in a company that has been mismanaged in that manner. We must do an audit. The finance minister, when the finance minister took over office, there were several debts across the government spectrum, roads and all of that. My ministry, agri, everything. What did he do? He appointed international audit firms, Ernst & Young, KPMG and Co., to go and audit and bring him a report. Is that not what he did? On the basis of the report, he found out what was fluff and what was substance.
What's cabinet telling you?
No, it's before cabinet. Okay. So, I mean, once cabinet, I've sent the memo to cabinet. Cabinet will consider it. And once cabinet considers it and gives us directive, we'll make that public. Okay. So, I mean, it's for cabinet. So my point is, let us run, and our position as a ministry is, let's audit, not just Airtel Tigo. I believe that we must audit all of government's holdings in the telecom sector. So, government currently owns Airtel Tigo 100%. Let's audit it. Let's not put a dime of taxpayers' money. It will be reckless to put taxpayers' money in a company that is making such losses without understanding what the systemic problems are. As minister, I won't oversee that. I won't be part to that. And so let's audit it. Government holds 30% in Telecel. Let's audit Telecel as well. Let's have a full understanding of what government's interest in the telecom sector is. And then as a country and as cabinet, we can then take a decision that we want to take this path, we want to invest this money.
Which timelines are you looking at, Sam George?
Well, I'm hoping the cabinet will review this before end of year.
What do you think about merging Airtel Tigo with Telecel? Yes, merging these three companies together. So they say Telecel, Airtel Tigo, one company. Yes, Airtel and Tigo. What do you think about adding Telecel to it? And you know Sam George no. And you enjoying it, said you enjoying it. This is FM Strengths. I hope you enjoyed this update. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All the videos that we've played, we don't own rights to them. No copyright infringement intended. Thank you.